Welcome to Grow Confidently with Nob, a fun and inspiring podcast designed especially for children to build confidence, kindness, resilience, communication skills, and a growth mindset. In this episode, you will learn how to become the best version of yourself. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, wow, I wish I could be more like them? Maybe they seem smarter. Maybe they seem more confident. Maybe they make friends easily. Maybe they always seem to know what to do. And then you look at yourself and wonder, what am I missing? Why am I not like that? Will I ever become the person I want to be? These are important questions. In fact, almost everyone asks them at some point in life. Children ask them. Teenagers ask them. Adults ask them too. Sometimes we think becoming better means becoming someone else. But what if that's not true? What if becoming your best self has nothing to do with copying another person? What if becoming your best self means discovering who you already are and helping that person grow? Today we're going to explore a powerful idea, an idea that can change the way you think about yourself. The idea is simple. You do not become your best self all at once. You become your best self one choice at a time. Many children believe that confident people were simply born confident. They think successful people have something special that they don't. They imagine that strong people never feel scared, that smart people never make mistakes, that talented people never struggle. But if you look closely, you'll discover something surprising. The people you admire are not different because they never face challenges. They're different because they kept growing through those challenges. Growth is not something that happens overnight. It's something that happens quietly, slowly, one day at a time. Think about a tiny seed planted in the ground. When you look at it the next day, nothing seems different. A week later, still not much has changed. But beneath the surface, something important is happening. Roots are growing. Strength is developing. The seed is becoming something more. People grow the same way. The most important changes often happen where nobody can see them. Inside your thoughts. Inside your habits. Inside your choices. Lesson 1. Your future is built by small choices. Many people wait for a big moment to change their lives. They think, tomorrow I'll start. Next week I'll try harder. When I feel ready, I'll begin. But life doesn't usually change in one giant moment. Life changes through small decisions repeated over time. Imagine two children. Both begin the school year together. One child reads for 10 minutes every day. The other child never reads outside school. After one day, there's almost no difference. After 1 week, there is still very little difference. But after a year, the difference becomes enormous. Why? Because small choices become powerful results. The same thing happens with kindness, with confidence, with learning, with responsibility. Every choice is like placing one small brick. At first, it doesn't seem important. But eventually those bricks become the house you live in. Ask yourself, what kind of house am I building with my choices today? Lesson 2. You don't need to be perfect to grow. One of the biggest reasons people stop growing is because they believe they need to be perfect. They think, if I make mistakes, I'm failing. But mistakes are not proof that you're failing. They're proof that you're trying. Think about learning how to ride a bicycle. Nobody learns without wobbling. Nobody learns without falling. Nobody learns without feeling frustrated. Falling is not separate from learning. Falling is part of learning. The same is true for almost everything in life. Making mistakes while learning math. Feeling nervous during a presentation. Forgetting your lines in a school play. Struggling to make a new friend. These experiences do not mean you're incapable. They mean you're growing. The children who grow the most are not the children who never fail. They are the children who keep going after they fail. Ask yourself, what mistake have I been treating like a stop sign when it might actually be a stepping stone? Lesson 3. The voice you listen to matters. Every day, a voice speaks inside your mind. Sometimes it says, you can't do this. You're not good enough. Everyone else is better. Many people believe this voice is telling the truth, but often it isn't. Sometimes that voice is simply fear. Sometimes it's doubtful. Sometimes it's a story you've repeated for so long that it feels real. Now imagine a different voice. A voice that says, "This is hard, but I can learn. I don't know how yet. Mistakes help me grow. I can improve." Which voice would help you become your best self? The thoughts we repeat become the beliefs we carry. The beliefs we carry influence the choices we make. And the choices we make shape our future. This doesn't mean pretending everything is easy. It means choosing to hope over hopelessness, growth over fear, possibility over limitation. Ask yourself, what kind of voice am I listening to most often? Lesson 4. Comparison steals growth. One of the fastest ways to lose confidence is to spend your time comparing yourself to other people. Someone runs faster. Someone gets higher grades. Someone has more friends. Someone seems more talented. And suddenly you start believing you're falling behind. But here's the problem. You are comparing your entire journey to a single moment in someone else's journey. You don't know how much practice they needed. You don't know how many mistakes they made. You don't know how many challenges they faced. Everyone grows at a different pace. A flower doesn't compete with a tree. A tree doesn't compete with a mountain. They simply grow into what they were meant to become. Your job is not to become someone else. Your job is to become more fully yourself. Ask yourself, am I focusing on someone else's path or my own? Lesson 5. The best version of you is already growing. Many people imagine their future self as someone far away. Someone stronger. Someone wiser. Someone more confident. But the truth is that future version already begins today. Every time you choose courage over fear. Every time you choose effort over excuses. Every time you choose kindness over selfishness. Every time you choose learning over quitting. You move one step closer to becoming that person. You don't need to transform overnight. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be perfect. You simply need to keep growing. The strongest trees did not become strong in a day. The brightest stars did not begin shining all at once. The people who inspire us today became who they are through thousands of small choices. And so will you. This week, ask yourself one question every morning. What is one small choice I can make today that my future self will thank me for? Then do it. Maybe it's reading. Maybe it's practicing. Maybe it's helping someone. Maybe it's finishing something you started. Small choices create powerful futures. Closing reflection. The best version of yourself is not someone you need to find. It's someone you are becoming. Every lesson you learn. Every challenge you face. Every mistake you overcome. Every act of courage you choose. All of it is shaping the person you are meant to become. So don't rush your growth. Don't compare your journey. Don't give up because progress feels slow. Keep learning. Keep trying. Keep growing. Because one day you'll look back and realize something incredible. You didn't become someone else. You became the very best version of yourself. And that journey started with one small choice. And that's all for today's adventure, friends. Remember, you are brave, you are capable, and you are always learning something new. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep believing in yourself. Thanks for listening to Grow Confidently with Nob. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to join us again for more stories, life lessons, and confidence-building adventures. Remember, learn, grow, shine. See you in the next episode.